Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous session, we discussed about HANA introduction to ABAP programming for SAP HANA. So HANA, what is the scope of this course and some of the technical concepts of HANA, what is code to data paradigm, how HANA architecture works, and these type of stuff we discussed in the first session. And the next session we discussed in ADT about development tools, what are the features of about development tools, how why it is used, how you access your ABAP project, how to create ABAP project in ABAP development. Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous session, we discussed about HANA introduction to ABAP programming for SAP HANA. So HANA, what is the scope of this course and some of the technical concepts of HANA, what is code to data paradigm, how HANA architecture works, and these type of stuff we discussed in the first session. And the next session we discussed in ADT about development tools, what are the features of about development tools, how why it is used, how you access your ABAP project, how to create ABAP project in ABAP development tools, different features of ADT. So in this session, we discuss about introduction to HANA Studio. So introduction to HANA Studio, I will be covering in this session. I will go into the system and I will show you what are the functions of HANA Studio, what are the different perspectives in a HANA Studio. So how to set up a connection to HANA database, and how you understand a schema and tables in a HANA Studio. What is a table? What is a schema? So how you assign a table to a schema? How you access a table? How you access different HANA views? I will be showing you in a system, and how you analyze. I will be analyzing some different tables in HANA Studio as well. So I will step into system now. So here uh, I connected to HANA system. So if you see here, this is SAP remote ID system. So remote through remote desktop, I connected HANA system here. So if you see HDB system, I connected here. So there are different perspectives in HANA Studio. So SAP HANA Studio is basically is a Eclipse based tool based on Eclipse framework. It's a to make a common development environment for SAP HANA. We use Eclipse will be as a common development platform for SAP HANA and ADT as well. So when you optimize ABAP applications for HANA, you may have to access SAP HANA layer here. So the SAP HANA database server itself, for example, it is used for to prototype native SQL statements, to make HANA artifacts like attribute views, analytical views, calculation views, debug any database processes. You need a tool to perform such tasks. So you use here SAP HANA Studio is used to connect to your to SAP HANA database. So it is a Eclipse based environment. So you already know what is an Eclipse, and it's a development platform, a common development platform for many applications. So in HANA Studio, coming to HANA Studio, it has different perspectives and different views. So different perspectives, you can go Windows. If you open perspectives, you will be able to open different perspectives. So coming to administrative perspective, so it has SAP HANA administrative perspective as well. So in SAP HANA administrative perspective, uh, just a minute, I will open modeler. Yeah, administrative console. So the administrative console is used to administer, monitor, and configure SAP HANA systems. So it's basically to configure your all the HANA systems. You will be using the administrative console. So I'll just close all as of now. So close. So if you see here, I connected. Yeah, I connected all the. I'm just closing this. So I closed all the uh, SAP HANA development. SAP HANA Administrative Console is basically to administer, monitor, and configure SAP HANA systems. So you have Administrative Console, and you have Modeler. So Modeler is to develop information models and database processes. So here you will be connecting to Systems tab. So you'll be able to connect to HANA database. So you'll have HANA development as well. So here you will be modeler perspective is it to model your views, and you have your database procedures here. So you will connect all the HANA systems in administrative console. So HANA development is to develop your native um, SAP HANA based applications you HANA access. So if you have HANA access and everything, you will be accessing using in Project Explorer. You will be able to develop all the HANA specific artifacts. The different views as well, so you will be able to open different views as well. Windows, if you go to show view, so you will be able to open systems, different views. Suppose here if you say now I am in systems view, so this systems view is mostly used by SAP HANA perspectives and showing the list of SAP HANA systems connected. So as of now I connected to a HDB system, one system was connected, so all the systems connected you can see in the systems tab. So we'll have properties tab, so properties view, so I can open properties view as well. Windows show view, so here I will be having properties view. So if you see in properties view, I can see what are the properties of any. Suppose if I open any catalog, and if I open any of the table, suppose I'm opening from my any of the schema, I'm opening any table, so I can see the properties for this field. Suppose, so I can display Windows show view properties. So here the history you can see here, job log and problems. So what are the properties of the current selected object? Suppose I am selecting this. So properties are not available here. If you see, so I'm selecting HANA system. So here the properties of this was, so here the properties of this system were, we see all services started. So system uses, what is the system uses? So what is the system uses, what are the host system, how it is connected, disk uses, so operation, these things you can see here. Landscape, what is the landscape here? So alerts, performances, this is a comes under properties tab. So you have job logs as well, so you'll be having a job log, so who is active, who activated when, so on the system when you activate an artifact, so recent jobs performed, imports, everything you can see in the job log. So these are some of the related perspectives and views. So coming to modeler is the perspective. If you see, the modeler is the perspective most relevant for ABAP developers. It provides access to views and database schemas that you can consume in ABAP environment. So uh, it will have all the views and database processes you can consume, and you can open any perspective. I already shown you Windows open perspective. So a central part of the perspective is the system view on the left hand side. So this is the system view. So here you will be having all the systems connected. You'll have different folders in your systems, like catalog folder, content folder, provisioning folder, and security folder. These are different folders which is available. So the catalog, coming to catalog folder, the catalog is consists of one or several schemas. So schemas, actually schema is you consider this, each EPM is a schema, HANA demo is a schema. So each thing so is a schema here. Doing catalog consists of schemas, and each schema contains all the HANA artifacts like database objects, like database tables, database views, HANA views, everything. Suppose if I open any SLT, so this is a schema. So if I open tables, so these are the tables associated with it. So if I open any procedures, these are the procedures available here. So EPM models available to this big schema, so available here. So if I open any table, so if you see here, this is the table name. So the table is associated with this schema. So this is the type of the table. It's a column store. So this is, you can see here. So if you see sysbic is a default schema for HANA. So HANA column views, the EPM specific schemas can be, this is nothing but enterprise procurement model, purchase order, sales order. You can see here. So column view, and you can see the create statement as well for this columns, for this column view. So if I go to EPM models, so EPM query services, functions, if I have tables, if I go to tables, So there are no tables. So some of the if column views, we have only column views. Suppose if system EPM, if I go to column views here, EPM models, you can have, so schema consists all the artifacts. So in specific schema, I have EPM models, EPM query services, tables, indexes, triggers, views, everything is associated with the SysBig. So the content. Now coming to content. So catalog contains schema and the other data artifacts assigned to the schema. So content. So content has packages and consists of models. So that is about packages. So these models are SAP HANA views, database processes mostly. So if you package, so if you open this package, EPM demo, you have all the attribute views, analytical views, calculation views, decision tables. So these are nothing but HANA specific views, HANA specific database processes. So you have HANA specific database procedures, HANA specific views. So if I go to this my package, so HANA specific database procedures I will be having here in you will be having these things in the content folder. So content responsible for models. So HANA views, HANA procedures are arranged in the content in a package. So everything is assigned to a package. So which similar to web packages. So the group objects logically belong to together. Suppose if I want, this is a package like a web package. This is package. So I can be activate and redeploy something like that. So this is how I do a content hand, contains you can do variable list as well, so for your process. So this is content package. You'll have other main responsible package was catalog and content. So you will be having other folders such as provisioning. So provisioning is used for data provisioning. So smart data, if you have it will be used for data for remote access, some smart data access you will be using. Security you will be using to access any database table. So sysbig is the default user. So these are the some of the users. These are nothing but database users. So DBA cockpit, if you go users, so DBA cockpit has some roles assigned to it. So each user having a role. So suppose SLT is a user, database user. So if you see here, what are the roles assigned to it? These are the roles. These are system privileges assigned to it, object privileges, so analytical privileges, package privileges, all the privileges assigned to it we can be seen in the users. So security consists of, security folder consists of users and the roles assigned to the user. So privileges, package privileges, analytical privileges, everything you can see in the security folder. So row level authorizations, column level authorizations, package level authorizations, so can be assigned to security. Yeah. So next coming to how to access your HANA server. So if you wanted to connect a HANA server, so how we'll do? So you have to right click on the project in the systems folder in the SAP HANA systems modeler perspective, or you can click here system monitor, or you can click here add system. So it will, as soon as when you click on add system, you need to specify a host. So here suppose my host will be HANA sys, suppose HANA sys is my host. So instance number you have to specify 00, and you have to give some meaningful description here and click on next. So you have to give your username and password. So if you have some username and password, you'll give that and click on next and finish. So as soon as when you click on next, it will connect to the connection will be added. So the procedure was to add system, and you have to specify host name, instance number, and then description, and click on next and provide your credentials to add the system. So host name on which the HANA system is installed, but nothing but host name means instance number of a HANA system. Note that it's typically, actually instance number is different from the instance number of the ABAP system. So HANA has its own instance number, ABAP system has its own instance number. So database user also different from your ABAP user. So database user is a user which different from your ABAP user. The password is will be the database user's password. Suppose these are the security. If you go, these are the database users here. So if I go to SLT EC7, so this is a database user. Here if you see password, so it is coming from single sign-on. So password is a single sign-on. So host name, when you do add system, so host name on which SAP HANA system is installed will give that host name. Typically different from the host of the ABAP system. So ABAP system will be having different host name, and the HANA will be having the different host name. Instance number uh, of the HANA system. Again, it is also different from the instance number of the ABAP system. So a meaningful description here. Data when you give HANA sys, instance number 0, click on next. So here username will be database user. So database user is also different from your ABAP user. In DBA cockpit, when you have a database connection, so here, so DB user specifically, if you go to a web system, so here in this DB connections, so you'll be having all the databases connected to it. So typically this username SLT_EC is the username which you need to connect here as a DB database user, and password for the database user. This is how you connect your SAP HANA database. Coming to tables, I will be opening one of the table. So I will access one of the table. So I will go to catalog. I'll go to my SLT_EC7 is the database user. So if I go to this mark, may I see this is a material table. So you can see the table name and schema name and the column store. Table is column store. All the fields of the table. And then what you can do is you can preview a SQL statement as well. So you can able to have you can have export SQL. So you can have a export SQL as well. So if you see, this is the SQL create column. So this is when you define a database table. So it converts into a SQL statement. So this is the SQL statement for this database table. So that means that so it is native SQL. When you define and write when you define a table with the fields, so that means that it is converting into native SQL syntax. It is converting into a native SQL syntax. So if you see here, for every table, you will be having options called export SQL. There you will be able to see the table definition, how the table content has. So you will have when you wanted to execute this table with you wanted to preview the data of this, so you can open definition. So this is how you open the definition to display the views, display the content of the display the fields of the table. Open data preview will allow you to have a have um, uh, display the data of that table can be displayed from open data preview. You will have a SQL console where you can execute select queries like select. Suppose I'm selecting a star from mark, so I'm just executing this. So I will be able to execute using SQL console for the data preview. So I will be able to get the data of this. So you can create packages under node content. So if you wanted to create a package from your own information models, you can be able to create using in the content folder. You will be able to catalog is used to display the schema and the tables associated with the schema and all the artifacts associated with the schema. Content is that where you will be able to create a new package. So I'll right click on the content, new and package. So click on that, give a meaningful description like JetABAP or Jet HANA first. Suppose you are creating HANA first package. So HANA first. So you'll give a description field. So my first package same. So you can assign a delivery unit as well. So suppose you can create a delivery unit and you can assign. I will come to that in the later. So I'm just creating a package now and click on OK. So when you click on OK, if you expand it, so if you see Jet HANA first is the package which you created. Okay, so so package is where you add your HANA all. If you wanted to create a table, you will create a new attribute view, analytical view, and calculation view. All the HANA specific artifacts you will create in the content folder and you will add it to the package. To develop SAP HANA information model, special types of views and database procedures for optimizer read access, you should create your own content package. So package should be first. So what is a delivery unit? So delivery unit You will have a delivery unit as well. So content will be you can create a delivery unit as well. So uh, new you can assign a delivery unit. Suppose to create a delivery unit, you can in a model you can click on this. So it is HANA system. So you have to select in the quick view. You can select the HANA system where you wanted to create a delivery unit and click on next. So delivery unit manage delivery unit to transport package. So you can create a new delivery unit as well. I'm clicking a delivery unit name. So I'm creating name as my I wanted to delivery unit is mainly used to transport your HANA artifacts from one system to other system. Or you wanted to transport your HANA artifacts from through a transport, then you will use a delivery unit. So delivery unit is a container of your HANA artifacts. So I'm creating Jet HANA first DL. So I'm creating a delivery unit. I'm the responsible person. So I'm clicking on OK. So as soon as when I click on OK, so my delivery unit was created. So now I will be able to add the packages to my delivery unit. So this is my Jet HANA DL is my delivery unit. I can add packages. So like suppose I created a app on HANA and I created HANA first. So I can add and click on finish. That means that these packages is added to delivery unit HANA DL and clicking on finish. So I'm able to add packages to delivery unit now. So if I wanted to search my delivery unit, so what I will be doing in the search folder, I can have Jet HANA. So I will click on enter. It will give the search results. So tables, views, no. So Control Shift A is used for accessing your delivery unit. Jet HANA. So it is doing a match. So delivery unit is the concept of adding your packages to delivery unit. So delivery unit to transport SAP HANA content, packages are assigned to delivery unit. Each package may be assigned to one delivery unit only. When you navigate to administrative view for delivery units, administrative view also, or you can go to SAP HANA modeler and delivery unit, or you can go to administrative console and for delivery unit for quick launch view, you can have a quick launch view, and in HANA model also in a quick view you'll be able to have the delivery unit. So when I click on delivery units, so, so I will be able to add the packages and create the delivery unit. Each delivery unit must have a unique name. When creating a new delivery unit, event name is automatically delivered from the system settings linked with suppose uh, if I wanted to access my sap.com will be added automatically. So dot jud if I give, now it will fetch my delivery unit. If you see sap.com, control shift A, um, sap.com or com.sap, 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 dot jud, com.sap will be added to my delivery unit. So actually when you create a delivery unit, SAP vendor name a vendor name is automatically derived from the SAP system settings and linked with the delivery unit. We'll assign whole hierarchy of packages to the same delivery unit from which administrator of delivery unit. Suppose I'll go to delivery units again on a system, click on next. So if you see the packages, these are the packages, these are the delivery units. So if I go to my HANA DDL, you see these are the packages I assigned to this delivery unit. Transport packages is used for only transport, CTS transport. So this is how HANA system view. So you can search any attribute view also from here. So if I want to search any attribute views, so I can click on AT underscore. So it will search me all the attribute views which are present here. So these are the attribute views present. I can open any of the attribute view. So it opens attribute view for me. So this is how attribute view is open for me. So uh, and coming to this is how what about this is about HANA Studio. So there is EPM sample application. So in any system, whether it is a HANA system or ABAP system, you will have a enterprise procurement model, EPM model. So EPM model is a small business scenario called enterprise procurement model. Um, it is introduced in NetWeaver ABAP as a reference. So how it's a demo case to use new technologies like most. In any HANA system, you will be able to access all EPM demos like sales orders, goods, customers, and everything. So it will. I will. If you go to catalog, and if you go to any sysbig schema, so I'll go to sysbig schema. So sysbig sysbig schema. If you go to column views, so if you see EPM underscore demo. So if you go to EPM underscore, this is the attribute view. This is the sales and sales view. So this is product view. So these are the create statement you can see from here. So how it works. So these are EPM model. We can go to EPM EPM underscore demo applications. So this EPM, I'm just access this. Try to access this column views. EPM models. PM hierarchies, functions, procedures, sequences, triggers. So I'll try to access in the content folder as well. EPM demo. See, in EPM demo, I have some attribute views related to BP, products, sales orders, cities. So this is enterprise procurement model, is the model which in any HANA system will have some sample attribute views, analytical views, calculation views, HANA views, procedures, which you will be using and which you can test in your SQL console and do some calculations, do some testing for testing purpose. So in every system you'll have EPM. Even in the ABAP system as well, if you go to any of the SAP ABAP system, so I'll go to ECC system here. SNWD underscore SO, SNWD sales order, business partner. There are EPM enterprise procurement models in ABAP as well. So which I have shown you before was related to HANA. But here, if you go to S11, if you go to any SNWD underscore SO, so this is nothing but sales order header table. So this is EPM sample application in ABAP. So if you wanted to have BP also, if you have SNWD star, if you give and click on F4, there's so many enterprise SND employee. So if you see, this is do not use. This is absolute. So maybe you can use SNWD star BUPA. So this is also a business partners EPM demo. So these tables, SNWD, EPM tables in ABAP, EPM tables in HANA, you can use them for calculations or creating CDS2. In the next courses, I will use only this EPM. You will use some of the S-Flight data model and the EPM data model for my explanation of CDS views and then enhance the concepts of CDS views. In the coming courses, I will use these EPM applications to to showcase the scenarios. So coming to slides. So this is how introduction to HANA Studio, different perspectives, different views present in the HANA Studio, different tables, how to access the tables, EPM application, and how you do use SQL console for testing your HANA artifacts. So different folders present in your modeling, catalog content and security. So these are the introduction to HANA Studio. So what are the key takeaways from previous sessions from Unit 1 was one are, you- we gone through SAP HANA technical innovations. So why SAP HANA innovations? What are the innovations happened in SAP HANA? So, so SAP HANA evolution, ABAP evolution, what is the SAP architecture? So what is code to data paradigm? What is data to code paradigm? So different HANA is capable of row store and column store as well. When you're creating a HANA table, you can specify column store and row store. So how access this table when you in ABAP. There is a DB specific properties where you can be able to see whether your table is a row store or column store. Uh, and what is the use of ADT in Eclipse? What is about development? What are the functions of ADT? And what are the functions of HANA Studio? So the different functions it has, the perspectives, we have different views it has, so different perspectives, and how you establish a connection to HANA's database. And you have schemas and tables in HANA Studio. And the definition of tables I have shown you. We have a create statement, SQL statement, and enterprise procurement model you have in ABAP. Enterprise procurement model you will have in HANA, which you can use them for testing purpose to create a sample report or sample select query. You can use the tables like EPM tables, sales order tables, business partner tables for your application. So that is unit 2. So in next unit we will discuss about introduction to core data services. Thank you.